Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Back with another Destiny 2 video. This one's going to be focusing on the new Warlock set from the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, the Taken King set. It's a really great set, and you can obviously see it's very inspired by the Lucent hive. And it's cool because we've been wanting a set like this since Witchwind came out, and only took like a year since that, but here we are. Very nice looking set with a lot of cool details, especially with the helmet. Looks like something very inspired by Sauron. I know a lot of his renditions have a helmet that looks a lot like this. With the chest piece, you have this really cool kind of hive bone thing everywhere. You've got really cool shoulder pieces here. I really like this swooping part here. Just, I wish there was a little bit more of this bone plating on the bicep and tricep here, and then this kind of underarm part here around the chest. And just in certain angles, it looks a little bit like it sticks out a bit much. I know there's some Warlock chest pieces that have this issue, and I think it's a lot better on if you have a female Warlock, but some of the Warlock chest pieces tend to kind of bulge out here a bit. The arms I like a lot. It's one of the few arms that have these claws and knuckles. A lot of the gloves, just as you can see, don't do anything to the actual hand, which has been a big issue for me kind of my whole time playing, because this is what you see the most. When you're playing first person, you can only see your legs if you look down, some bonds if you're using a bow. A lot of the bonds they just disable in first person. And then your arms, you see all the time in first person because they're holding your guns. And it gets a little boring seeing the same default hand constantly. So that's why I liked this glove a lot, the Blood Lineage, because it covers everything. And you have this really cool kind of fingernail claw. And it's just nice to have another one with those claws. Something like Starfarer as well is a really nice look because it just totally reworks that default glove. But yeah, you have this cool nail and knuckles set up here. Only thing is this glove looks a little odd sometimes just with this sleeve because it's flowing kind of upwards, you know. You'd think this like little strand here would be kind of draping downwards. And then for the gloves, I'm not sure if this is just how they're supposed to look or it's part of that bug where gloves are bigger than they should be, but just the kind of the ending part of the sleeve here is a little bit wide. I'm not sure if that was intentional or it's part of that bug that makes Warlock gloves just way too girthy. So you could use something like Arms of Optimancy. You could just see they are way, way too large. And they didn't used to look like this. Some patch just randomly made Warlock gloves way thicker right at the elbow. The legs are very Hunter-esque, and they're cool. I like them. As you can see, if you shade them, it just instantly looks like, I don't know, like Stompy's or their Crown of Sorrow legs, especially. But it's nice. It's nice to have legs that are a little bit more armored than the regular, like, just cloth legs that many of the Warlock legs are. It's cool to have something a little bit more armored and kind of form-fitting. The bond, very nice. You got this really cool candle effect, and I think like the hunter cape has it as well on like the crown is candles. It's a really cool theme. I like it. It's interesting. The glow of the candles won't change with shaders. It's gonna stay always like a flame color, and then the tip of the candle as well. But you can get cool looks with it. Some really interesting looks. And the set overall, which I think probably maybe its strongest feature is how it shades. Shades are really nice, and there's a lot of things you don't notice just with the default no shader look. As you can see on the helmet and stuff, there's this kind of pulsing energy on the whole set. You can see here on the dark parts, you have the pulsing energy. On the metal as well, or the harder bone part, you can see it. And then there are parts that do have like an actual glowing piece. But then when you take the whole set, and apply a shader to it, the glow really comes to life, especially that pulsing kind of energy that's like was latently on the whole piece really comes to life with certain shaders. So with Scarlet Semblance, your whole set is gonna pulse like a heartbeat, which is really cool. If you have something like Photo Finish, the RGB shader, you're gonna have the whole set shift through the yellow and blue and the pink reddish color. Super, super cool. And then with some shaders, like Continuum Alloy, the whole piece kind of takes a different color than you'd think from the shader. And something like Omni Chronia as well. There's no blue in the shader at all, but it takes this really, really cool, vibrant blue and like brass bronze color. And things like Cryptic Legacy and Insignia have this pale green, which isn't even the thumbnail at all. So super cool. You can pull a lot of like secret colors out of shaders. Amethyst Veil, for instance, is like all of that very bright purple. So yeah, overall, the set's really great. I'm just gonna cycle through some shaders here just so you can look. It's a really cool set. The helmet, I think especially, is a standout for Warlocks, and I remember Hunters is really, really amazing as well. A lot of cool things with this set. Excited to see, you know, how it mixes and matches. That might be the only downside for the set. So a lot of these pieces are very unique, and that tends not to go well with other pieces unless their themes share very closely. So I don't think you could really match, you know, some more like futuristic pieces with like the helmet would look very odd. But things like the Thorn set probably do, you know, something like this. It's pretty cool looking. So yeah, it'll be cool to see, you know, these more like monsterish pieces, how we can get these things to look. Just really quickly, the gloves for me are important, so I'm just here to show, you know, how you'd see it in first person. So when you've got your like idle pose here for pistols or hand cannons, you can see those knuckles really clearly. And then if you reload, see the claws kind of come to life. Especially with like a bow, with the arrow holding hand, you can see those claws curling over on the fingers. Really cool look. Especially if you like you charge a grenade or eat a devour grenade. You can really see those claws pop. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this set, especially some of the other classes. I haven't seen Titans too much, but I know Hunters is really nice looking. That's gonna do it for me. See you guys next time. Have a good one.